Eric, come on, man. I can't do this. I've got real work to do, and I can't go back and forth. But it is fun. It's really fun. And thank you for the opportunity to talk about this stuff because it's pretty funny. I didn't realize that your show is about findings of fact. That's really interesting. Let me explain to you. Let me show you some findings of fact just to give you an idea. This is one example that you got in 5 seconds. I got 2 documents right here, bro. And one is my mental health independent examination standard of domestic court litigants. Both sides got it. It's dated June of 2019. It concludes that I am fit to parent all 4 of my kids, no mental health issues. Specifically says on page 2, no, not bipolar. Okay, June of 2019. Here's a court order. Findings of fact, conclusions of law from October 21st, 2019. After a hearing on October 8th, 2019, where this report was in evidence, discussed, all the parties have it. It's for the court has it. And this order concludes that petitioner is currently in treatment with psychiatrist twice a month. He has completed the court-ordered mental health evaluation and has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Come on, man. Right? Wait, you're defining findings of fact from the Kenton Family Court? That's what you're discussing on your show? Come on, man. We both know this. It's one thing for findings of fact to be a little bit off, but for those findings on something like that to be literally the exact opposite, the literal exact opposite of the truth as represented in the written report that's in evidence and discussed at the hearing, come on, man. It's hard to be that wrong. You just can't be that wrong unintentionally, and you know that. So, what about the motion to correct that finding and all the others? Yeah, it's been sitting in a drawer somewhere at the family court for 2 years. It's still pending. Meanwhile, dozens of motions filed by the other side that's a member of the club get heard. I mean, come on, at some point you're just why bother, So, and then once you've got a court order that's completely incorrect, right? Literally the opposite of true. These are in the public record. You can go check me on this. What do? You take this and you go hire a custody evaluator or somebody like that, and you say, look, there you go, Ben's got bipolar. And then they write up a report that says the same thing. They're not going to conclude any different than the court concluded, right? And then that person issues their report. And then when it comes time to have a trial, then you bring that person in and they testify about, it's just nonsense on top of nonsense on top of nonsense on top of nonsense. It's just one example, but they're all like this. If we're going to talk about findings of fact in the Kenton Family Court, I've got a book on unicorns in here too, if we want to do that. Come on, man, is that where we are with your show? I'm happy to come on and we can talk all about this. But anyway, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about the important public service component. Yesterday was Corruption 101, we'll call this Corruption 102. That's how it is. And as it turns out, the order that you're talking about is being put in unmarked envelopes and sent to every single person of consequence that I know, from federal judges to people in Utah. So, man, it must be a slow new day. I can't go back and forth with you, but I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this nonsense. Thanks, man.